Hey guys, so what's going on? Um, I just wanted to come on and give y'all an update. I got a little smile today, so I am super excited about that. But I wanted to share how after I did the video last night, how what my mood was like and what I went through trying to rest and also waking up this morning still not feeling my best, and how I switched that. Okay, so last night after I did the video, I kind of went back to sleep. I watched TV with my husband for a little while, and I went back to sleep, and I just kind of wind down, but I kept waking up like in a startle. I could like feel my body shaking. I wasn't feeling anything in particular, but it was like, I don't know, my body was reacting to the stress, I guess. I don't know. Um, but I kept waking up like I was startling myself out of my sleep or something. I don't know. Um, but that was not fun at all. And I got up this morning. I still felt really bad. Like my head is still hurting. Um, and my um my thoughts are kind of fuzzy. um However, I got up and my daughter came in the room, and I'm gonna read y'all what she said. um so she came in the room and she said, "Good morning, Mama, I made you some breakfast." And I was like, at first I was like, did your dad call you and tell you to make me eat something? Because I thought he was spying on me, y'all, because when I don't feel well and he's not home, he got to be at work, he'll call them kids and tell them to do stuff. Okay, so I was like, did your dad tell you to make me some breakfast or whatever? She was like, no, I did it on my own. I was like, okay. I said, well, thank you, I appreciate that, I love you so much, thank you. And y'all, under the plate was a note, and she had no clue what was going on with me. Usually I'm up, getting ready for breakfast and get ready for church. And I just, like, I have been so out of it. I'm so out of my routine. And she just came upstairs. I guess, your children can feel when something's off with you and something's not right. So we ended up, she brought me the food. It was some pancakes and some eggs. And when I moved I thought the piece of paper was actually a napkin and or a paper towel, and I was just like, you know what? I was like, what is this? And then I read it. It says, for my working mother. So she really thinks that, I was working. So she says, these pancakes were measured with encouragement, beaten for the devil, looked looked with no cooked with blessings, and served to the one that deserves. So eat these pancakes, as it will give you a new beginning. The eggs were cooked to almost utmost perfection, so one bite will cleanse you of worry. Listen, I don't know where this child came from. Y'all, I sat there and I read that and I was like, you know what? I was like, if this 14-year-old can write something like this because she feels like something is wrong. She don't know exactly what's wrong, but because she could feel something was wrong, it's up to me to get back up and fight, do my part and fight for me to be able to be okay, you know? I sat there and I was like, oh my God. And y'all, the pancakes was good. She had bananas in between the pancakes. And she had the butter on top, and she was like, I don't know how much syrup you want. So you want some syrup? I said, I don't need a lot, And it was just so heartwarming to see that even when I'm not fighting for me, even my children still know how to fight for me. Okay. And I wanted to share that with y'all because sometimes we don't know how our conditions can affect our children. But if you train your children to do what needs to be done when things get hard, when they don't understand something, when they're not encouraged, they know what to do for you when you're not encouraged, when you're going through something. And it was almost like a confirmation that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Keep going, keep pushing. Y'all, I just got up. I watched church, and even though I literally forced myself to eat 3 pancakes and some eggs because I was dare not going to send that plate back down there with food on it, okay? So I ate and I watched church, and I kind of got to a place where it was like, you have so much inside of you, like you are a weapon. You are a weapon. And that's why the enemy is trying to get you. He's trying to throw you off course. He's trying to make you think that something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. What you're going through is okay to go through every now and again, given your circumstances, okay? What's not okay is to stay in that place. And I just, like, literally, it just felt like all day I have been battling, feeling my heart racing, crying, and just fighting to not stay in a state of depression or anxiety, or just saying, I'm just going to lay down and do nothing. And I got up. And in the sermon, one part of the sermon, he talked about how Jesus died on the cross for us, and I was like, he died on the cross and he rose on the third day for us to be able to live in this life the way that we live, how we live. I was like, well, I'll be doggone it. I ain't got no nails in my hand or in my feet. I was like, nobody dragged me through a town or nothing like that. I said, so I'm going to get my tail up and I'm going to start doing something. So that's what I did. I got up and I started moving, and I had my son to help me, and to kind of straighten up some things in my bedroom. And I started, my stomach started feeling real queasy again because I still got a migraine. But I refused to sit in this dark room today. As you can see, I got my windows open over there. And I was just like, I got to get up. I got to start moving. Like, I cannot just sit here and let this overtake me. Not again. And not this time. So I turned on, after church, I turned on some praise music. And one thing I do notice, that you could praise your way out of anything, okay? And I noticed that my head started hurting worse. I started getting lightheaded and dizzy. I started feeling like, I was going to get sick again. And I was like, nope, nope, nope. I called the kids and I was like, you know what? I said, I was going to tell them, send my daughter to go and do something for me. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get some fresh air. And I'm going to look this fear that's inside of me in his face and say, you know what? Like, you don't get to rule me. I cast you out of my body, out of my head, out of my words, out of my spirit. Like, you cannot have me. Not today. And I just told him to put on some clothes. I was like, we're going to go somewhere. We're going to do something. My husband's still at work. And I really don't want to just sit in the house when I know that there were things that I needed to get done. So thank God my daughter drives. So we're going to go and take care of some stuff. She needed a dress for prom, so we're going to do that. And hopefully that'll make me feel better. And yeah, we'll just see what happens after that. But I just wanted to share that with you because it's still feeling really rocky for me. Like, I still don't feel well. I still feel like there's some things that are wrong, and I just don't know what it is. But I'm just not going to allow that to take control of how I feel and how I can or cannot be there for my family. When I got sick yesterday, it was like I literally was glued to this bed. Like, all I did was sleep, 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 sleep the whole day. Like, literally, I slept the whole day. And then went back to sleep last night and got up this morning, and I still felt beat down, tired, body aching, head hurt. Like, it was like I was in a full-blown fight or something. I was literally fighting for my peace of mind. That's it. Okay. But the enemy is so strategic that he knows when he tries to come for me. If 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 I get to a place where I was like yesterday, like, he knows that it's free game. I can go after the kids now. Like, I can go after the husband now. Like, I can go after the mom now, the sisters, because she ain't able to pray. Like, and I remember saying yesterday that I tried to pray and I couldn't pray. And sometimes you just got to sit in that place and just begin to pray and just say what you can say, because your heart will speak and then your mouth will speak the words that your heart feel. So I just got to a place where I was like, never again will I say I couldn't pray. Never again will I say I couldn't fight off those feelings. Like, I know it's going to be a hard task to do. I know it's going to be something that I got to get counseling for again. I know it's something that I'm going to have to really face this time, because it got hard in counseling. And when it got hard, I quit. So, just being there and talking about what actually happened, and they walking you through step by step, like, that counseling is no joke. Okay. And I remember leaving out of there that time, and I had cried so much, and I felt so bad that I felt so exhausted. My eyes were like red and puffy. Actually, I was living in Charleston at the time, and I left my counseling appointment, and I literally had to pull over on the side of the road on the interstate, because I just couldn't get it together, and I felt like I was going to like pass out, because I started seeing little dots and stuff, and it was so scary. And actually, a police officer pulled me, not pulled me, but came behind me, because I was in the fast lane and I couldn't get to the other side of the road, so I just pulled where I could go to the left side, and there was a little bit of space, and I just pulled over on that side, and like literally the cars were kind of like going around me, because I don't know how I was parked, but I just remember seeing the blue lights, and he was like, "Are you okay? Can you get to the other side? I'm gonna stop the traffic. I need you to pull to the other side." And I was like, "Okay." And I'm telling you, y'all, it was nothing but the grace of God that day, because he saw in my face that something was wrong. And like, I try to tell people all the time, like, PTSD really is no joke. Like, I just thank God that he covered and he protected me even during those times, because like, anybody could have came up behind me at that time and just crashed my car into the wall. And y'all are from Charleston, that it's not that much space on the left side of the interstate, but it's more on the right side. And that police officer stopped, and 26 don't stop for nobody, okay? But he stopped that traffic, and he told me to pull over to the other side. And when I pulled over to the other side, he was like, I'm gonna call an ambulance for you. I was like, no. I was like, don't call them. I just left the VA. I don't want to go back, okay? And I was like, I'll try to call my sister or my brother or my mom. And y'all, I couldn't get nobody. Nobody answered their phone. And this is one of those times where they say, I tried, everybody that I could think of to help, and nobody was available but God, okay? And I got home, because this police officer literally, he felt so bad for me because of the state that I was in. And he followed me all the way home to make sure that I was okay, because I was close to home, but I wasn't that close. And he was like, I just don't feel comfortable with you driving. He was like, if that happened like that, then it'll happen again. And he followed me all the way home, and he said, I know that it's hard. He was like, but don't give up. And I'll never forget that. I've never seen that man ever again. And I just thought about that today. While I was still feeling bad. And I said, you know what? He's right. Don't ever give up. I've been through a lot, but I never gave up. I never gave up. I never stopped fighting. I never allowed myself to just lay down and die. And I'm not going to do it now. So, in the spirit of being able to not really fix, and not even to control. I always want to say control, and that's just me, because I always like to take control of things. Like, if it's something that need to be fixed, I'm gonna fix it. Like, I'm gonna go and try and fix it. But with this, it cannot be controlled. Like, and it's so crazy, because I really believe that God gave me conditions that cannot be controlled, because he knew that I had a controlling spirit inside of me. So what better way to teach you how to not be in control than to give you something that you can't control? Okay. And I have been sitting here trying to figure out what I could do, how I could kind of keep myself in a more peaceful mindset. But y'all, this PTSD is the worst, okay? This is day 2, and I, like, literally just even thinking about it, like, I literally break right back out into tears again. And I said, I don't care how hard this gets, I'm still gonna do it. I don't care how I feel. Like, those emotions are for me to translate to you all, because I really genuinely want you to know that this is not it. Like, just because we have this condition, it doesn't mean that we can't still live, okay? We're going to live with it. We're going to live and conquer it. We're going to live and overcome it. Like, it's so many things that you can do, even though you have PTSD, even though you have anxiety, even though you have depression, even though you have a disability. Like, I go through all of those, and y'all, I still get to a place sometimes where it's hard for me to manage it, but I do. I turn on my praise and worship music. I try to make sure I go to church. I keep a peaceful environment. I try not to argue. Like, just simple things that you could do to maintain peace within your spirit, in your mind, and in your heart. Like, that is the task, to find things that make you feel at peace. Okay, I found that that's what works for me. Okay, and I am just really thankful that I figured that out early, and it gave me an opportunity to try to work on that on today. So I hope that you all really, really begin to share your testimonies and your stories about how you feel and what you go through, because those things are what's going to help somebody else get through their time of struggle. They're going to listen to you and realize that, yes, there are things that I could do. Yes, there are ways that I could overcome this particular illness or this struggle. So, yeah, day 2, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I got up, I took me a shower, I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, and I was like, you know what? let me just go ahead and get myself together. And that's what I did. So I started getting me together. And in the process of me getting myself together, I was like, you know what? Let me just keep going. Let me do something else and do something else and do something else. And that is why I've been able to get up and, be in a state where I can actually do the video, because this morning I wasn't feeling like it. I just wasn't. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my kids. I'm thankful for my husband. And I'm realizing that even when I can't fight, because of what they have learned, they know how to fight too. Okay? Even when I can't fight, they fight for me. They fight with me. They fight beside me. And that gives me strength to know that if he got up, then I can get up again too. Okay? I have no restrictions, nothing holding me down. So I hope that helps somebody today. So this is day 2, and just wanted to share that with you, and I'll talk to you later on the next vlog. Bye.